Another court win for students of faith at the University of Iowa. On Monday, a federal appeals court said that university officials there are personally accountable for targeting religious groups. The case started when an Iowa student complained about being denied a leadership position with a campus club, Business Leaders in Christ. The university investigated and called on the club to strip faith from its leadership criteria. When the club refused, the school removed it and other faith groups from campus. Eric Baxter, Vice President and Senior Counsel at Becket Law, joins us now to talk about this case. Eric, thanks for joining us.
Happy to be here.
What is the significance of the court saying that university officials are personally responsible for discriminating against this group, Business Leaders in Christ?
This is the first opinion of its kind where a court has finally said to university officials, you have to treat religious groups the same way you treat everyone else on campus. And if you don't, you can be personally liable for it. So, we've been facing this issue in many courts across the country for many years. And so this is a huge victory for religious student groups on campuses all over the nation, where they can rely on this opinion to be treated equally by university officials.
So, explain this a little more, because I know that last year a lower court had ruled that the university had to let the student club back on campus. But what kind of signal does it send in this Iowa case to other universities that are watching that university officials are personally accountable?
That's right. So earlier there was a decision already that the university had clearly violated the students' free speech, free association, and free exercise rights. But the lower court held that the discrimination that happened wasn't clearly a violation of established law, and so only the university itself could be held responsible and not the individual officers. And we have learned in these cases that often officers will continue to push an agenda that discriminates against religious groups unless they are held personally responsible. And so now the court has said the law is clear. Religious groups have to be treated on the same terms as every other organization. And if university officials discriminate like they did in this case because of their beliefs or requiring their leaders to embrace those beliefs, then that is a clearly established violation of the law, and that those officials can be held personally liable. And so hopefully this gets the attention of university officials around the country and sends a message to them that they cannot discriminate based on religion.
And we know that, of course, a Christian group was at the center of this case, but that the University of Iowa kicked other faith groups off as well. What kind of response are you hearing in regards to this ruling that just came down?
That's right. The university, when it was first caught discriminating against our clients, instead of correcting the situation, they decided to kick off a bunch of other religious groups, Sikh, Muslim, Jewish, other Christian groups, for requiring their leaders to embrace their faith. And so what we're hearing is that, groups of all faith traditions are very grateful to this opinion because it allows them to continue to worship, to support one another in their faith on campus. And hopefully universities around the country will see this as a win too. These students who bring their faith into the classroom and into their professions are a great credit to their universities, and universities should be welcoming them on campus, not trying to chase them off.
What's your advice to other faith-based college groups across the country that worry about their right to be on campus and select leaders as they see fit, even in light of this ruling?
Yeah, I would say stand firm in your beliefs. One of the fascinating things about this case has been going on for almost 5 years now from when the clients were first told they were going to be deregistered from campus. And for students facing their university, it's a very difficult decision to make to stand up for their beliefs. They could have just decided to stop meeting or to go off campus, but they had the courage to stand up for their beliefs. It took them 5 years to get where we are today. But it's a great credit to them, and other students should take courage to know that if they stand up for their rights, they can prevail.
These legal battles are often long, hard fights. Eric Baxter with Becket Law, thanks for your time.